Our next topic, Penn State, as of yesterday, have officially had their sanctions lifted. Their 4-year ban and scholarships are now officially gone. It ends up being a 2-year ban, $60 million fine. They cleaned house, but NCAA said that they were improving, that they were along the right path, and they're lifting all their sanctions. Tommy, this might be the right decision by the NCAA, but does it further prove that they just make up their own rules? I mean, if you compare it to the USC situation, do you just find this dumbfounding?
I think it's a complete joke. What is going on? The excuse is that all the people who caused the problem are all gone, so now you're punishing the wrong people. Get out of here. I mean, anytime you ever need to, the NCAA needs to come down on anyone, they're not still employed at the school where the sanctions are put on, because they always get in trouble when they're gone. So how was this situation any different than the USC one? Again, I'm a little bit biased, but the USC situation, it was essentially one guy who was no longer with the team and had been in the NFL for a couple years already. So you're punishing the whole entire team for something that one guy did, 2 years ago, who's no longer with the team. A guy who didn't even play with half the guys on the team? Are you serious? And an institutionalized issue that had been going on for years and years and years and years, all of a sudden it's okay because that guy's in jail now, wherever the hell he is? Give me a break. I mean, a punishment's a punishment. Suck it up and deal with it. I'm sorry.
You also look at other punishments they doled out. I mean, Miami was a joke, the punishment they got for far worse crimes than USC. And I think when you really look at it, the NCAA was just punishing USC because they didn't like Mike Garrett for fighting them, for telling them that they were wrong, for trying to go against them. And in every other situation, we kind of just talked about this in our last topic about the Atlanta Hawks owner, Bruce Levinson. But what did Penn State do? I guess they admitted fault. They eventually admitted fault. But as long as you don't fight the NCAA, you pretty much say that you were in the wrong, somehow it's going to be okay. And another thing that really frustrates me is that it seemed like when the NCAA's president, I'm blanking on his name right now, Tommy, I need you on this.
Everett?
Yeah, Mark Emmert. When he brought down these harsh sanctions against Penn State, it was just completely a PR thing. He just wanted to show that he had the iron fist, he had the power, and he wasn't going to let the NCAA be embarrassed by the whole Sandusky thing. So he brought down the harshest punishments we've seen besides the death penalty for no real reason. When Sandusky, they cleared house, they got rid of everyone who was was part of Penn State's institutional control problem, but still brought down the 4-year suspension. And now, when the PR spin would make them look better lifting it, they do the same thing. It's all just a PR spin, and that's just what pisses me off so much. This has nothing to do with any type of structure of rules, any type of formula for who should get what, or any due process. It's just a few people in power making it all up. And honestly, if Roger Goodell somehow is forced out in the NFL, he should just take over as president of the NCAA, because I'm sure he'd know how to run the operation perfectly, since they work so closely together in terms of how they dole out punishments.
Yep. I mean, this is gonna be a short topic because we both agree, and it's a joke, and the NCAA is a joke, and everyone knows the NCAA is a joke, and nobody does anything about it. So until somebody figures out that they don't need to be bound by the NCAA, then this will keep happening. And you see the NCAA bending over backwards for these power conferences now, and it's a joke. It's just a complete joke. It's a money. It's terrible. I mean, you have these kids playing for free. The money just goes straight to the league's pockets. It doesn't even all go to the schools, and it's just a joke. It's a complete, utter joke.
Yeah, talk about a joke. I know we both agree on this, but last thing, USC literally argued exactly what Penn State got off for. They said there was clear proof that they were improving. They'd cleaned house. They'd put the right people in power. They had a completely new enforcement system. They'd made all the right moves to rectify the problems they'd had before, and that was part of their appeal process. And though it was literally the reasoning why Penn State just got their sanctions removed, the NCAA claimed they had made the right steps, they were going in the right direction, and the sanctions were no longer deemed appropriate. Like, that is just it should be baffling, but like we said, it's not at all, because that's the NCAA.
Unfair.